And I bet I erased this all at the end of the class today as well.
Probably. Okay.
Sorry, Shar. I was in her way.
I'm going to go with $8 for standard cost.
$8 for standard cost. Victoria, what do you think of that?
Makes sense to me.
Does it make sense to you? Do you have it filled in?
No.
No? I like it, though. You know, costs, TJ, are you normally going to want to put a dollar sign in front of those? You got? Do you have them? Unfortunately, that gesture of yours suggests to me that, you know, her show of support could be fictional. They're there? Why did you do the whole point at her then thing?
Because you were like looking for verification. I don't want you to doubt me.
I'm sorry. I do not doubt you. Stephanie,
Yes.
another number, please.
I would put the $800,000 under the total budget.
Okay. Now we're talking. Now we are talking. Figuratively, right, Michael? You're on.
Yeah, get 100,000 right there.
Got 100,000 right here. Okay. Okay. So we calculated that number. Now what, Victoria? You have no idea? This is pretty easy. There's a really, really easy one on the board. Look, watch. Shh. I bet you don't even need to use a calculator. $2,000 difference. See how easy that was? Matthew, although she took your easy one.
Can I say that was unfavorable? Or have we not established that yet?
We haven't established that yet because Victoria, but you can establish it for us.
I'm going to say that $2,000 is unfavorable.
It's unfavorable. Okay. Victoria, did you? Because I don't recall you saying it. You just gave me the answer, which was adequate.
Didn't say it.
Which was, I'm sorry?
I knew it was unfavorable, I just didn't say it.
I know.
My brain's off today.
No, that's okay. I mean, that was perfectly acceptable because that gave me an opportunity to talk to Matthew that I would not otherwise have had. Okay. What, Stephanie?
I said, yeah, you would have. You would have asked me the question.
Maybe, but that means the last person that I talked to today, whoever that is, I would not have the opportunity to talk to that person had it not been for this particular exchange. So it increased the number of people that I get to talk to today by 1. Is that a better way of saying it?
Yes. Because you're still talking to everyone because you've already gone through the
But I get to talk to him again. Oh, TJ, what do you got for me?
The standard 490, 102.
And how'd you get there from here? Me neither.
It's actual hours and I plugged it in.
It's actual hours and you plugged it in. TJ, all together now. What is standard quantity? The standard allowed for actual output. We need to use that here. We need to use that here. Okay. Catherine, you got it all figured out? This will probably take kind of the collective brain power of the class. Once I show it to you, it'll seem fairly obvious, but kind of seeing how to get there from here. We need 2 pieces of information. One of these pieces of information might be given to us. Standard allowed for actual output. What are we multiplying times what, Catherine? You divided. Well, to do standard allowed for actual output, though, to calculate SQ, we're going to multiply 2 items to calculate SQ, but to determine one of those 2 items, we're going to need to divide.
Yeah,
that makes sense? Yes. Okay. So I'm asking for, before we do the division to calculate the number we need, I'm asking for what two numbers do we need?
We need the number of, we need the rate.
Okay. And we multiply the rate times what? And TJ, what's TJ like to yell?
The units.
Units. We need in units times the rate. And the rate is going to be expressed in what? Direct labor hours. Who said that? Very good. Okay, direct labor hours. Okay, so we need actual number of units produced times the direct labor hour per unit. Is one of those two pieces of information should be obvious, unless I'm mistaken. I haven't looked at the problem in a semester, but
Expected production.
not expected. Standard allowed for actual production. What is actual production? Angie? 25,250. And then what we need to multiply that by are direct labor hours per unit. Okay, direct labor hours per unit. And this is where Catherine's division comes in. And this is the kind of, if you will, trickiest number to determine. Do you have it?
Yeah.
What is it?
I think so. 4 hours per unit.
4 hours per unit. And how in the world did you arrive at that particular number?
I took the budgeted quantity divided by the expected production.
Yes. What is expected production?
25,000.
25,000. So we had to make use of this number along with that one. So this is budgeted quantity. This is units. And the quantity is in direct labor hours. This is units. If we know that if we're budgeting 100,000 hours and we're also budgeting to produce 25,000 units, then we can use the formula that I gave you last class period that said number of units times the standard times the number of units equals the budget. Do you remember me giving you that formula? It would have been on the first page of your notes last class period. And that's really kind of the formula we're using here. Given budgeted units and given budgeted direct labor hours, we can calculate direct labor hours per unit. And that is what we have here. 4 direct labor hours per unit times the 25,250. Brett, do you know where we got? Are you good?
I think so.
You think so? What do you not think so?
I'm feeling pretty good about it.
You're feeling pretty good about it? Okay. You got some math for me?
I do. The total is $808,000.
$808,000. Hopefully I'm not spoiling. Heidi, are you okay with me kind of calculating that for you? What is it favorable or unfavorable? Why? The 800,000 is less than the 808,000? Okay. Aubrey? What would be another reason why this would be favorable